Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Secret of My Success, learning what we can find out about our own success, being inspired, encouraged, empowered to do your best in your career. I'm here with Ger, an old friend of mine because he was the past president of PMI Netherlands chapter. He's got lots of experience in managing project managers, managing teams, and managing groups like Project Management Institute. Welcome, Ger.
Thank you, Liz.
So let's get started. What's the secret of your success?
Most projects or programs, and sometimes organizations, have their own specific key problem that you need to get solved in order to get projects run properly. And I think that my added value in the past 25 years has been to find it and to solve it.
I like that, finding it and solving it. So based on this being your secret, how did you get started?
My first large project with the company is called PTT Post, the Dutch Royal Mail. And there my task was to set up and to implement a whole new management development system, including all relevant processes. At that time, project management was not very standard. I had a budget of 1 million and the timeline was a year. It was part of an overall program, so governance was fortunately already in place. In the end, I completed it after 9 months. I only used 2/3 of the budget, but it went quite well.
Under time and under budget on your first project. That's amazing. This very first experience, did you do something specifically that really impacted you in terms of deciding your future?
When I completed that project, I was immediately asked to become an interim manager.
And so your initial start, what the secret to your success was, actually became your success in being a project manager, being able to spot the problem and solve the problem. How could you say that as a lesson learned so that our listeners could understand how they could be inspired by that? What kinds of methods did you use to spot the problems?
That all depends on what is going on. Sometimes it's just a technical problem. Sometimes it's more of an organizational problem or a contractual problem. What I usually do is try to play ahead. Okay, how am I planning? What could go wrong? What do I expect to go wrong? And how can I mitigate already in advance? I've had once an upgrade for an SAP where we worked with the finance department, and we saw that that finance department time and again blocked progress by being extremely difficult around project milestones. For that, for instance, I set up a governance where we agreed that we would decide on next steps in the middle of phases.
What was the biggest influence on your success?
Together with ING, PTT Post, and with the Boston Consulting Group. There I have learned a lot about the several elements that we worked with, business process redesign, overhead value analysis. I also saw a lot of boardroom experience. It really helps getting decisions made and getting things pushed through. So that was quite influential, so to say.
Also, this idea of working with almost a partnership where you've got multiple parties involved, you need to take on board from each one, and you need to work with these senior stakeholders. That's something that I find really interesting about your career. What advice do you have for a new project manager coming in, or maybe someone who thinks maybe I could be an account manager too?
Critical milestones of a program should be as early in the project as possible, because you often see that they start building up a large program, and then in the end they find that there are things that make the solution impossible. So first, ensure if it's research and development, or if it's in a pilot or pre-production or whatever, ensure that things are working. Know that you're able to scale up, and only then scale up. Organize for success. And that sounds a bit strange, but often what you see is that people are only trying to reduce the risk of delay, but very often things go quite well. And ensure that if it's possible that you can go faster. There is nothing wrong with delivering early. There's nothing wrong with being more productive than planned. Ensure that all stakeholders benefit from success and suffer from failure.
Those are three great tips Plan fast, fail fast. Really keep an eye on your planning and make sure your governance is right and people have the skin in the game for both failure and success. I love those three pieces of advice. They're great. What's your future plans? I know you told me you just retired, but I don't quite believe that you're actually going to put your feet up.
I'm still a member of the board of advice on the Hogeschool Utrecht. Also, my former colleagues, I gave them what they call in the Netherlands a stripping card. They've been called 10 times.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Ger.
And you, all the luck for the future.
Okay, take care.